Hello, my name is Seth Stock, and I will be hosting today's event we will be talking about important information for Koteve's internships that can be provided through Arizona State University. And I have Krzysztof Kolodinsky here with me today, and he'll be presenting some great information about Koteve and the internships that they provide. Krzysztof, if you'd like to share your screen or
Well, absolutely. First, thank you very much. I'm so happy that you find it great. So if Utah State find it great, I hope Arizona State University also will. And what is great and unique about it, it's focused on the future skills. So it's not typical internship. It's something way, way, way different. And I would say gives you an extra boost in relation to your professional skills. And if I would have to describe it just in a few words, I would say you get your internship and you get what top managers and executives get through careful design, career strategy, and workshops and training skills, how to speak in public, lead, how to connect with others, give a great feedback. So you have work to do, but also in the same time you grow, you accelerate your growth through this mentorship and workshops and audiobooks, discussion practices. So it's all about growing in a professional environment, also having fun learning. And let's explore the map, and I'll guide you happily through all the steps. I think that the most crucial steps in relation to this unique program. Seth, did I miss something?
No, I don't believe you did. That's really the gist of it, and we'll be waiting for you to share your screen and give us the rundown here.
Perfect. So first, what I want to say is I have 3 screens here. So if I'm not looking at the camera, don't worry. I'm looking at you and at the presentation and talking about the presentation. So
Great.
what are the future soft skills? Simon Sinek will help us to answer, but these are the soft skills that employers are looking for in the future, whether it's America, because it's actually coming from America. I'm so happy so many great things are coming from America to Europe. And these are the skills we're focusing there and here, because so many great companies, American companies, are here in Dublin. So as you can see, we had many fantastic professionals on our internships and our professional programs. We have many programs, and now we do them virtually. You can come over here, of course, but also it's important that you can adjust it to your specific situation. As you can see, I created this amazing solar system because at the sun of our professional work are actually those soft skills, and we need to remember about them. So what is the sun that is shining on us? It is this program carefully designed with an inspiration of American amazing professional Simon Sinek, and I let him to explain in a few seconds why is it important.
Awesome.
One of the big struggles that this young generation, Gen Y and Gen Z, are struggling with is they're ill-equipped with the skills required for being a successful human being. And what I mean by that is so much of their relationships exist online, so much of their communication exists over text or direct message, that there's a generation, unfortunately, there are too many of them who literally aren't learning the skills of how to talk to people. Difficult conversations is one of the things you have to have. I will approach you and give you difficult feedback that everybody knows, but everybody's afraid to tell you so that you can grow as a human being. I will do that. And if we don't equip people at a young age with these skills, unfortunately, they're now entering our companies without these skills. We have no choice. So companies have to teach listening, effective communication, how to give and receive feedback, how to have difficult conversations. And if your company doesn't have these classes, then the future of leadership is not looking good. And unfortunately, the responsibility now falls on the company, because we didn't do it in school and we didn't do it in university. We definitely didn't do it in business school. So when are we going to do it?
The lack of social interaction, interpersonal social interaction, interpersonal communication skills have certainly decreased.
Children today almost can't look at an adult in the eye because 90% of their communication is via text.
People are spending more time on their iPhone and less time in face-to-face interaction developing real relationships. And spending time on social media like Instagram, a phenomena occurs called upward social comparison, where people are following the world's most physically attractive and interesting people, and they're continually seeing what these beautiful people are doing, and we innately compare our lives with their lives.
So yes, you can see how important it is to invest in those skills. And here you can kill two birds with one stone. Get your practice, work involved. Actually, there are many more birds in this program. And work on your skills, customized. And that is actually unique, because what happened is top managers, professionals spend incredible amount of money on coaches, trainers, to get to the level of the mastery. And here we opening the doors for you how to actually use those tools, how to get trained and enjoy the work you do with a purpose. As Simon Sinek has, find your why.
Absolutely.
So with this program, and I had a many discussion with Seth about the pillars, and also in a way about what we choose for a specific program, because it's very important. It's customized. What is important for you? And here we have 3 months program, we have 6 months program, but the most important part of it is customized to you, and also is focused on practice. Now, it includes many aspects. Here are just examples. If we talk about communication, who teach you how to deal with difficult feedback? It's not a subject at the university, how to give a great feedback. And who's teaching FBI classic negotiations? Probably if you chosen and focus on negotiation itself, but in life, if you're in business, you always have to negotiate. So we cherry pick those key future skills. There's also more than this. There's a problem solving, but also basics like understanding yourself, the values based on which you as a human being make a decision. What is your purpose as a person? How you want to contribute to humanity, to have that motivation throughout the years, because we say, oh, I'm not motivated, because you didn't align that with your purpose, and you're not regularly doing specific way of designing your routine to support that aim. Yeah? So in a mastery program, of course, we elevate that to growth mindset and leadership on a higher level, but also those aspects are included in a 3 months program. Now, within the warm sun, we move now to all the planets that surrounding the future soft skills, business mentorship. And that's the key aspect Robert Greene mentioned in his amazing works, that the only shortcut that he could see in relation to mastering certain area is to have the mentor. And that's why this program accelerates awareness and skill to manage to open a door for yourself in the future. Now, with the mentorship, we also have coaching, which is designed on questions that stimulates you to answer what is great and important for you. Tony Robbins said, the quality of the questions you ask determine the quality of your life. It's very important to remember that. And then, of course, career strategy. It's not about going from job to job. It's about designing what's important for you, in which job, when you want to be, and how you, the most perfect way possible, of course, because there's this Meyer, which is things that we're not having an influence on, but the things that you have, we want to make sure that you use that opportunity and you design your career. And of course, work experience. Now, very often people ask, okay, but I have classes in university, and so what's the difference between when I go to work? So here is a beautiful way explained what's the difference between the workshop and the classes, traditional classes at the university.
I just used the word education. Earlier, I used the word training. Is there a difference? In elementary school, we call it education. Middle school, education. High school, education. College, higher education. Then you go to industry, what do you call it? Training. You have your training department. There must be a difference. Well, you know the difference. Do you want your kids to have sex education or sex training?
So this
And your kids might answer the question.
This example beautifully illustrates how we can see the difference between what you do until you finish college and what's going on when you join the workforce, what actually should be going on and sometimes isn't. So here you have opportunity to not only be aware of it, to feel it, to create those skills, to make sure that within your strategy, you're able to negotiate those trainings so you can develop as professional the fastest way possible. Now, of course, we create international associations with universities, and that allows now American students to participate in this program in Ireland or virtually with our professionals, coaches, and mentors. And that helps university going higher, being on ranking, increase their ranking, because if students from specific university are able to negotiate their salaries, the statistics will show that students are landing on a better paid jobs. So that's very important. And of course, it increased credibility of university through international associations and overall happiness of students being part of such an amazing programs. So let's look at quickly at the small extra information about this program. Yes. So if you choose virtual version, twice a week, we had a great fun to make sure that everything is customized to your needs and you grow the fastest way possible. Also, you can be part in a small group to sometimes exchange the information with others and learn from others to really boost the experience. Now, whether it's individual, group, or bigger and smaller, it depends specifically of the area you want to focus on. We have courses that are placed on Udemy, and you can use those courses and access them to boost your career strategy, especially if we talk about communication. And we had a few discussions with Seth about benefits of business networking. Now, certification from, of course, business networking, you get certification. That, of course, we show you also other ways of gaining valuable certification that helps you to negotiate when you actually come, when it actually comes to the interview. Now, we almost come to the end of talking about, I would say, a small few points and benefits of this program. And now I would like you to see a few students from Utah State University sharing their experiences and how that impacts them professionally and personally.
I've learned so much more than just soft skills. I mean, I definitely learned that. We've talked about, negotiating, communicating, and all these great things, but I think it's more for me. Like, I think this is maybe the most selfish internship I've ever had, is because it's been focused on me, and I've learned so much.
Valuable for sure for me was confidence, because confidence has spilled over into all the other ones, and once I've gained more confidence in myself, I have more confidence to try new things. So I think that also is fun, because now I'm willing to try new things and I believe in myself, so it's given me opportunities to branch out and do things that I wouldn't think I'd be able to do before.
Literally amazing how much I've grown. The first few weeks, I think I wrote, it felt like a polar plunge. I was like not expecting everything that happened. I remember we did like a role play, Christoph and I totally biffed it. It was so scary. And I was not prepared for what I learned. I mean, I learned so much about self-awareness. Man, that has changed my life. I'm a happier person. I can make goals, and I feel like I feel capable of accomplishing them. And I feel like that's something I didn't realize before, was I was capable of doing all these things. Honestly, it just helped me shift my mindset, saying, okay, let's try this again, or let's look at this a different way. And there's very specific things that I think I'll take with me in my next semester of school and in my job. And
to start out, the number one thing I learned was how to research and assemble research better with the TAYGo system, because that's just a really convenient way. Instead of just doing a 12-hour research session, it just splits it up over a week or two, and it's just a lot easier to have information accessible and findable versus just a bunch of stuff that you just Googled and read articles about. And so that was the biggest thing that I'll probably use that for years.
It was really great to come and learn different ways that we can improve ourselves regardless of where we go from you, and also from the audiobooks. But with that, the constant reinforcement that we got out of those soft skills, like Charlotte said, with the awareness exercises, and also the role plays and all the different things that we would do with you to build that experience in those soft skills.
I think the biggest change was that we talked a lot about goals, specific goals, because I had some kind of vague goals of I want to do this thing at some point, or I want to get a job after I graduate. But we really sat down and went through my priorities and what specific goals, how much of a salary do I want to get to live the lifestyle I want? What type of industry do we want to go in? And just really kind of hashed out some of the higher level goals, while building out a lot of our what are your priorities? What do you value? What are these kind of strategic, high level, personal items?
I got to expand my network internationally, and I got to connect with past Koteve interns and talk to future Koteve interns, and it was really an interesting way to gain relationships with already established professionals and future professionals.
I think.
Well, we can listen and listen for hours, because what I would like you to see is each of them got something different of the program based on their current needs. And that you can see who was finding awareness, especially when we talk about your testimony, Charlotte, because that was the key aspect she was focused on. She wanted to focus on confidence. Then we talk about techniques and of research, and also applying certain career strategies. So that is so important, that it is flexible to your specific situation. So what we will encourage you to is to connect with us online. You can find Koteve on LinkedIn. You can find my profile on LinkedIn. and feel free to reach out. And also Handshake, a great platform that you can only see a general information, but of course it's a first step for us to connect, and then hopefully soon see you here and benefiting from those great skills. Well, Seth, tell me, did I miss something, or is there something that you think that students from Arizona State University should know before we wrap up for today?
No, I don't think you missed anything, but I would like to add just how flexible these internships are, and how tailored they are for you, right? Just as you were talking about, every student gains something a little bit different, but they all gained so many of these critical soft skills that you use in the business world. You know, I've seen it with, I like to work with smaller businesses, entrepreneurs, and I see a lot of these skills at play all the time. Everything from those project management skills and those organizational skills to having your goals in order and aligned with your values, and just the whole thing. The whole thing is a great experience that's very flexible, very rewarding, and very accessible too.
Yeah, you said something amazing. Is now in life we're becoming so busy and we're focusing on so many things that are very important for us. So having this flexibility and still boosting your growth that is focusing on you definitely is a great benefit and adventure in a way to have that will allow you to open so many doors in the future. So thank you very much for your time and attention, and as always, feel free to connect. We're strong big believers in business networking. Sharing is caring, and we do care. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you everybody. And that'll be all for our info session today. And we hope to see you soon on LinkedIn, Handshake, and hopefully applying.